all right. Another week, another Centre Circle podcast. We are now at the semi-final stage of the World Cup. Four very interesting quarterfinals. But the last two were spicy in very different ways. By the time you're hearing this, you must know the scores, know who's through. So we have a France and Spain semi-final on one side, and we have an England and Argentina semi-final on another side. England and Argentina do battle again. Just to run through the results quickly, France beat Morocco 2-0. Spain beat Belgium 2-1. England beat Norway 2-1. And Argentina beat Switzerland 3-1.
Have you noticed the first time, and as long as I can remember, I don't know if I'd have to go back and check, but the semi-finals are the top four ranked teams.
Yeah. I heard a stat somewhere. It's the first time it's happened. I can't remember the date the gentleman said, but it's the first time it's happened in a long time.
That's insane.
It's crazy, isn't it? So the 1 to 4 ranked teams. And I saw a bit of grumbling this morning about, that kind of tennis style seeding separation they did at the World Cup is because this is what they wanted. And I was like, well, let's be honest. We've always had different pots and everything anyway, right? And certain teams haven't done what they could have or should have been doing.
I agree.
Yeah. Portugal, There's teams. So, and whether we like it or not, these are the games we want to see.
This is it.
You want to see France, Spain. You want to see, England, Argentina. If Brazil did their job, it would have been England, Brazil. Yesterday, right? So I don't. FIFA. There's many things to poke holes at FIFA on. I don't think this is one of them.
Yeah.
I don't think this is one of them.
What's quite sad before we continue. Yeah. No more double games, double day games.
I know.
Until for the next 4 years. That's well, obviously the Euros will pop around, but in terms of the World Cup,
I know. And the thing is, in the run up to it, everyone was like, World Cup, this, the ties, blah, blah, blah. But this World Cup's been amazing.
It's actually been, I've enjoyed it.
What did I say at the beginning? I said it's a shame in a way because all the nonsense around it, the football will win.
Yes.
So we'll enjoy the World Cup, we'll enjoy the goals, we'll enjoy the standout stars, we'll enjoy the villains, and we'll just remember this was a dope World Cup.
Yep.
However, all the other stuff around it, the water breaks, all of this stuff, it will just get talked about, but the football wins, which is, I guess, is how it should be. Is how it should be. So, man, let's just get into it, man.
Well, I mean, speaking of villains.
Yeah. Yeah, true. England 2, Norway 1.
Wow, there's so much to unpack from this game. So much to unpack, but seeing as we're starting on villains.
Yes.
Sorloth.
Bro.
What was that about?
You know what? I rate footballers, because the things I expect them to absolutely crash and melt down over, they don't. And this is the one time I will be fair to Cristiano Ronaldo because I think he's just honest. Like when he crashes out in games, Henry used to do it.
Yeah. That
pass, I think he just makes that pass. We're having a very, very, very different conversation
100%.
Today. Very different 100%. Conversation. Haaland is there. I don't understand. What are you doing?
Bro, it's 2-on-1.
Even if you make the pass and defender sticks his leg out or you overhit or whatever, you still try to do the right thing.
Exactly.
I was just like, yeah.
And it just never happened.
But to be honest, his whole game was just, and then he comes back to the coach, and it's a similar criticism I had for Tuchel with the setup. Why are you playing someone who's normally a striker on the right wing? He's not dynamic. He hasn't got pace. There's so many times we went down the right side, and it's a 1-on-1 or even a 2-on-1, right?
Yeah.
My man turns around and recycles because he knows he hasn't got the. They knew some of these guys come on like they did last game, and they're giving England problems. Start that way.
To your point, they qualified using a 4-4-2 system. Bob on one wing, Nusa on the other, Haaland and Sorloth, or Haaland, Erdegaard, or Sorloth, Erdegaard, whichever way it was, or Shelderap out on the way. Why abandon what got you there?
Now he will argue and say, "Look, I got to quarterfinals. I'm not that. Yes, and it's the best Norway have ever done. But when I look at these things, I look at what you have,
Yes.
and I'm not saying you still wouldn't have gone out, but then it's things like that where I say, okay, if the right players, if the right ingredients are on the pitch, those are the moments.
Yeah.
Oh, and Oscar Bob makes that pass.
Listen, and then when Oscar Bob and Noosa came on
Noosa makes that pass,
and gave you that natural width,
bruv.
England,
100%,
struggled.
100%. And I think, that halftime interview, as much as I hate it, it's good to get this. Again, it's one of these things I hate it. I shouldn't be hearing from him at halftime, but I get to hear and think about what he's gonna. And he said it like the guys are playing the occasion, all this stuff, and you could see all of that. And I think it just proved some of these players are not cut out for it, bro. I'm an Arsenal fan, but Madueke, you did yourself no favors.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely zero favors. Zero favors. Gordon, again, apart from, but the people saying, the pass for Jude was good. It was, for me, it was a pass that he should be able to make.
Yeah.
It was all right. It wasn't the easiest pass.
If we're looking at the standards at which they play at, that's a.
And if that's the pass I'm talking
pass,
about
right?
for your whole halftime performance, then.
Yeah, that's
right?
I agree with
that goal was 99.75% Jude. Yeah. Gordon, yeah, fine. So, Tuchel, you've already set up them two out there, not giving you anything. I appreciate they do a lot of running, they give a lot of defensive stability. But, bruv, this is a quarterfinal. It's a World Cup quarterfinal. Take the game. Take it to them.
Now, on the other hand, is there something to say that maybe you don't want to run the risk of burning out so quickly? So let's say we do put on a Rashford, we do put on a Saka, we do take the game to them in the conditions. We then run the risk of burning out, and then they put on their
60th minute, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Is
that and then we now have to resort to putting on Madueke and Gordon.
This when it becomes chess, innit?
When it's now crunch time.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm not even saying you had to take both.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you just say Rashford for Gordon, and Madueke on the other side, or Gordon on one side, Rashford on the other. I just think having the two of them, you've blunted your knife.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
And it just felt like England just took a good while to settle in. And even though England won and Jude Bellingham scored, two really good goals, I just feel there's a bit of amnesia about how this game state flowed through this game, because Norway were on them at one point. The goal, I do think it was a foul. I mean, you can't just shove a man in the chest in the penalty area and everything's okay. I know with the new rules that goal would stand because it was before the ball kicked, which I think is madness. But anyway, but it wasn't just that. There was the header that hit the bar. There was lots of moments where actually, Norway took the game to England. It wasn't just about England playing badly.
I agree.
And then obviously the soul of he rolls it across is a different thing.
Can we talk about quarterback Harry Kane?
I knew you were going to come with this. Yes, we can. Let's talk about it.
I am genuinely sick and tired of seeing him picking up the ball off the left back and then trying to advance the play, and then the ball goes forward and he's not there where he should be. There were two crosses in the first half, one from Madueke, one from Anthony Gordon, and he was not there.
Yeah.
There was an opportunity, I think, from a set piece or a corner or something where he should have been there. He was not there. The goal came from him picking up the ball on the edge of our own 18-yard box, losing it.
Yeah. Centre circle, no? Or 18-yard box?
No, so I think what happened was Pickford had the ball. He wanted it on the 18, but Pickford's kind of pushed him on, and he's picked it up just ahead of the 18.
Yeah.
Right? And he's turned and realised, there's pressure. Now, you're not equipped you're not Modric. You're not, you know what I mean? Them centre midfielders that can...
they would have done that. Yeah.
Deal with that pressure.
Even Bellingham. You see the way Bellingham picks up, when the ball's played to him, you see the way he picks up the ball and turns. Bruv, listen, that guy is a joke.
It works in the Bundesliga because you are surrounded by the best players in the league.
Yeah, and the intensity is less, I would argue.
You've got Diaz on one wing, you've got Elise on the other wing, and to your point, the intensity is at a level which you can do that.
Yeah.
Just, oh,
But to play devil's
drives
advocate,
me insane.
to play
It
devil's
drives me
advocate,
insane.
you could argue the rotation of that and then Bellingham getting into those positions is why we're seeing what we're seeing. Plus his
Understood.
other deficiency. He hasn't got the pace to do last man. He hasn't got the, he's not winning any headers, So, to be honest, I get more frustrated with, he's going to drop deep, where he's going, so make sure you guys do the movement around him.
Fair.
That then reduces the gaps of, right? Which is
Fair.
what I think. That's at certain times. Bellingham and Kane, they just look at each other. They're just like, okay, this is what we're doing, and that kind of what's the word? That kind of pivot, for want of a better word, or that kind of.
No, I think that's
It's crazy. It's crazy. The goal against was it Congo? The goal against Congo, where he's gone out, and I thought Kane was going to shoot, but he's just cut it back across the box. Jude tapped it in. That's Kane, Bellingham.
Yeah.
It's
the Kane
Jordan
Son
and Pippen.
dynamic.
Yeah.
We used to see in the Premier League
Yeah,
for Spurs week in, week out.
Yeah, exactly.
And to when it works,
Yes.
fine. But there are moments in games where we're under the cosh. We need our striker.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And
Where
you need
he
his
should
finishing
be.
there.
Yeah.
You need his finishing and his shooting there. That free kick he took, I said, "Rah, no finesse." My brother just said, "No finesse."
Power. Full power.
Full power. AH. But Bellingham does it again. His first goal, bro. I was watching, I was like,
Composure.
he's 23, man.
No panicking. I'm just gonna slap it.
Those touches are outside of his right foot. And then the fin. Yeah, all right, listen. He's 23. Hey.
And there were actually think pieces about why we should leave him at home.
He shouldn't go. He shouldn't this. Like, I don't know what more he can do. And it's an age-old thing, right? When black players show a certain level of confidence, show a certain level of self-belief, the way it's interpreted is what we've seen in the discourse over the last year or so.
He's above his station.
Yeah, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Has he made mistakes? Yes, of course he has. He's 23. Like, I understand. But no one can doubt that when it comes to England, because it hasn't always been the same for Real Madrid, when it comes to England and you need someone to step up and have composure at the right moment, he has it.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's the biggest thing I can say about him is obviously he's got the quality, and even if you just watch his game, people are like, our friend was saying in the group, he hasn't got one outstanding football quality. I'm not sure I agree with that, but I just think across the board he's super high. Like, you watch him yesterday when he's receiving the ball on a turn, when he's doing hold-up play, everything is just clean and consistent more time, right? He can dribble past players. People don't talk about that, but yeah, he'll do a little skill here and then, dribble past players, all of that. So this crash bang wallop thing, it grated me when it was first coined, and I still think it does it a disservice. Now, everyone will say to me it's not a negative thing, but that goal yesterday says to me, this is not crash bang wallop. This is techers. This is pure techers in a high energy, aggressive player.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Would you say that Steven Gerrard had a standout quality?
Yes.
What would that be?
I think his passing was. I don't think people talk about it enough. I think his passing was a joke.
His passing
was one of his standout qualities?
Probably better than, let's just say, his ability to defend.
Yeah, because even he would say sometimes, actually, positionally, I saw him say in an interview the other day, especially when he was younger, positionally, he just thought he could run everywhere and do everything.
Yeah.
So that's an element to his game that over time, with maturity and quite frankly, his legs saying, "No, bro, we're not going over there."
I agree. I think in his later career, once he stopped being as mobile as he was, his passing then kind of stepped to the forefront.
And I used to criticize him and say he was always looking for the worldie or for the hero pass, but his average just passing was great. Now,
Yeah.
then Xavi Alonso comes along and then it's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's just laser everywhere,
Yeah.
right?
And I think the point I'm trying to make is that a player like Steven Gerrard, who across the board, he was good at almost everything he done. He could dribble, he could shoot, he could tackle, he could pass, he could, do you know what I'm saying? He was physical, he had elite mentality. And I think no one kind of defined Gerrard as Crash Bang Wallop.
Yeah, fair.
And I think every now and again you get a player like that, like a Jude, like a Gerrard, who they're just good at everything that they do.
100%. And they're good enough at a level. So, can he dribble like Neymar? No. Can he shoot like Kane? No. But everything, where everyone else kind of goes like this, Jude's level is here for everything. He's not here for everything. He's not here for one thing, but it's here, and it's crazy to see. And I know I keep saying it, but he's 23. It's scary.
Yeah.
Scary. But yeah, look, the guy's amazing. And I think the last thing I'll say on him is, I always said to people, I always said Saka's superpower was decision making, right? Yeah. And I think at the elite game, you can have all the good stuff, but if you haven't got the IQ to leverage 100%. It, and I think his big thing is football IQ.
Yeah.
When to do stuff.
Yeah.
And then the execution to do it, it's a joke. And I think that's the kind of thing where you say, oh, he's not skillful. There doesn't need to be. Same with Saka, he might do one step over a season or whatever. It's fine. When's the last time we saw Messi do a step over? Not to put them in the same bracket, but it's just a lot of players who execute well up here.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing.
That's the difference.
So, England in, then we get to the game after, then we get to the after game. And then the sideshow starts.
Yeah.
So, Thomas Tuchel, obviously, it's a tough game, tough conditions. Everyone was talking about it. Commentators were talking about it. Super hot, but more importantly, super, super humid.
Yeah.
I had a journalist say this morning, is that actually, he'd been in Miami for 10 days. This was the coolest it'd been in Miami, temperature-wise. But humidity-wise, it'd been the highest.
That's
right.
That's
so he reckons, he's like, look, I've been following football for a long time. I've been following these players for a long time. This is probably the toughest conditions a lot of them have ever played in. Right? So, I think there was that. So anyway, reporter is giving Thomas Tuchel not a bit of a hard time, but Thomas Tuchel says, look, it wasn't a great game, which I agree with him on. England, as we just talked about, they won the cross for a long time. Norway had them under pressure. Their passes weren't what they should have been. We can talk about how a lot of players didn't perform, Madueke, etc. So Thomas Tuchel basically says, we need to play better, right? Oh, was it mentality? Tuchel's like, oh, we ain't doing this today.
And I before that, he even started with a quote that he said that Tuchel said, and Tuchel was like, no, I never said. Where you get that from?
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
So now I've got to correct you on what I've said.
Well, and he said, and Tuchel said it was a great application. The guys came out. He said all of that.
Yes.
But the football has to be better, and he's right. If you play like that against France, you're not coming back from it, bro.
No.
You play like that against Spain, you're not coming back. Even Argentina, you might not come back from it.
No.
So then he mentions mentality. Obviously, Tuchel gives it to him. It's not about mentality. Stop mentioning mentality. Which is good. That's. I like to see when these guys challenge what is being said properly. So, but the lasting thing that Gabriel Clark took from that was he criticised the team.
Yes.
Even though he spent, I would say, 60% of what he was saying, 70%, praising the team.
Yeah.
So then
and
he
individual performances as well.
Then he interviews Jude. Oh, Tuchel says you guys have to play better. Bellingham says, yeah, whatever. Whatever. And I'm sitting there like, excuse me?
No. That's the wrong thing to
What?
do. Yeah.
You're right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Gabriel Clark has taken everything Tuchel said and said the bit that he knows Bellingham's going to bite on.
Yeah.
But, again, he's only 23. It's pitch side. It's hot. He's bothered. He thinks I've just scored 2 goals. We've grinded through this. And I hope in the years to come, his experience and maturity will make him say, what else did he say, Gabriel?
Yeah. And you know what?
Is that the only thing he said?
Do you know what it is as well? Listening to Simon Jordan the other day, and he was like, and this is not it's not just a Simon Jordan opinion. I mean, we've seen it in time and time again in the media, in social media, for our own eyes. Footballers have fragile egos, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
to your
fair.
point, Jude's probably, like you said, Jude's probably come off that pitch thinking he's on a high. I've scored 2 goals. I've pulled my nation through. And then you're telling me my manager's saying we're not playing good enough, all right? So, and you're right in that moment, and like how Harry Kane handled it, which is obviously through maturity and experience, is fair. Yeah, that's it. He's seeing it from his point of view. Yes, we see it from our point of view on the pitch, but if that's the manager's opinion, then we've got to do better, and that's a good thing because we're at the crunch stage
Yeah, you
of
didn't
the
come here to
World
win the
Cup.
quarterfinal, bro. You came
Right?
here to win the World Cup.
Exactly. We are at the business end
Yeah.
of this tournament. So if we've got to do better, then we've got to do better.
And what I
Right.
find interesting about all of this, bro, is the fan conversation outside of it.
Yeah.
The amount of people, I mean, we've been in the minority saying, you know, Jude shouldn't be talking like that. Shouldn't be dismissing his manager's comments or what his manager said in that way. Because he doubled down after, right? And he says, yeah, well, maybe he hasn't experienced playing against these players in this
Which
league.
is just wild. To
You
me.
know, and I'm just like, no, you're even doubling down.
Yeah.
Nah. And this is where people aren't gonna like this, but this is where this, and my main issue with this is when those idiots on Talk Sport and all those places
Yes.
want to start, this is where you give them ammo.
Yes.
Because actually, I don't agree with you talking against or about your manager in that way in a press conference. I don't, right? Now, you know, because it's Jude and because of all the stick he got before, I think people are overcompensating now, personally, right? And it's almost to a point now, well, what's Tuchel going to do? Is he going to drop him? That's not the point. He shouldn't have done it. Yeah. He shouldn't have done it. And it's to the point where people are like, say this is a non-starter. You shouldn't even talk about it. They shouldn't even address it behind the scenes. Yeah. I'm like, you know are crazy. Yeah. You know are crazy. Who's the manager? Jude Bellingham.
And the sad thing about it now is it's picked up so much traction. You've got Fabrizio Romano highlighting it and posting the clip. You've got all the media outlets now posting the clips. Everyone's coming out with their own videos and think pieces, and it's now
it's going to be more about that than what it should have been.
So now what's going to happen now is Tuchel's going to get asked about it, and he's going to have to talk about it. Jude's probably going to get asked about it, and he's going to have to talk about it. And now we're in the build-up to a semi-final.
Exactly. In 3 days.
Really?
And, Tuchel, and the one thing that annoys me is Tuchel was like, no, look at them. We'll celebrate now. He was smiling. We'll celebrate now. And then we'll work. We'll always be better. We'll always be better. It's just... And the bit for me after is that he's gone in the dressing room. He's come out and he's doubled down on it again.
Exactly. Because even Harry Kane's interview was after the Tuchel's addressed him. And Tuchel, he said, yeah, Tuchel's just told us he's addressed it. We've spoken about it. You know, he's got his opinion. He's fine. He's fair. It's a good thing. But then Jude still comes out and says, well, maybe he's not... Like, come on,
I'm gonna save. This worries me for a few reasons. I'm gonna save my. I just want to see how this plays out in the next few days, etc.
Yeah.
But I just think we shouldn't confuse, you know, a few things. One, has he been treated poorly by the media for all the reasons that we know historically with strong black players? Yes. That's straight.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Unfairly, you know, to the point where people are talking about he shouldn't be in England squad. What kind of rubbish? And then guys talk about he should start on the bench. Okay. 2, has he been England's #1 player this tournament?
No doubt about that.
Has he been maybe one of the top 3 players in this tournament? Forget 100%. it, 100%. But does that mean that actually what he said wasn't correct? Can you just dismiss what he said because of all those things? No. Or the first 2 could be true, and you can say, nah, you could have handled that better, 100%. Right? The #1 villain is Gabriel Clark. Don't get me wrong.
No,
yeah, and I'm, you know this. I've said it many times before. I'm not a big fan of his and the way he tries to extract controversy in those things. I think, you know, there are other journalists that are able to get a good convo out of people without effectively setting traps like he did yesterday. So he's the #1 villain in all of this, and no one's talking enough about him actually. But hopefully this is not a big thing, and Jude learns from this. But I just find it interesting from fans because if we keep feeding this, you're gonna create a monster, and later on I'm gonna be like, oh no, hold on, I don't want to hear this now because, right? But anyway, he said his mum was telling him off for swearing all week, so maybe his mum got on the phone and said, "Wait, you know what I mean? We'll see, we'll see." So yeah, England through. They've done it again, semi-final. Tuchel, criticize him all you want. He's made mistakes like everyone else. It's his first tournament, but he's going into semi-final.
It's as simple as that.
He's matched what Gareth from a World Cup perspective, and Gareth Southgate was what the most successful England manager since they won it, basically, right?
Yeah.
2 semi-finals and a final. And as of about 4 a.m. this morning, I tried, but I couldn't do it. Argentina through to the other semi-final.
Yeah.
Both extra time games. Those guys are going to be knackered, bruv.
But again, another Argentina game shrouded by controversy, right?
Yeah.
The red card, which, I'm not a fan of this new rule, this mistaken identity rule, but I'm also not a fan of the theatrics of Embolo.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no need for it
at all.
Like you're already on a yellow card. It's 1-1. Switzerland were the better team. You're heading out towards the byline. Just recycle the play. Go again, right? There was no need for it. Then the theatrics of you sobbing afterwards. Like, bro, you know what you did.
Yeah, 100%. And now it's too little too late. It's too little too late. Don't be crying now.
Too late.
You've left your team with 10 men against Messi and Argentina.
Oh,
yeah, all right. Yeah, you're mad.
And then everyone's coming up with all these, well, what about this and that, this and that. But
yeah, that's fine. But in that moment,
just don't do it, man. Just don't do it.
I keep thinking back to that chance they had. I think it was at 1-1, and Martinez, I think he's made a mistake and he's got across. I'm just thinking, chop him, just chop him. Just chop him. But what's his name? Embolo does what Soloff didn't. He's played that pass, and I swear I was thinking, I wonder if he saw that. I wonder if that game's in his mind. Made the pass. It was a little bit slow, but Martinez has done amazing to get across. I was thinking, just chop him. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying Switzerland are rubbish, but I'd rather England play Switzerland than play Argentina.
No, I'd rather play Argentina. Currently, I would rather play Argentina.
The only reason I say that is because I think when it comes to the mentality wars, the shithousery, all that stuff.
Now this is
Argentina are the top.
And this is where. Now, even though I say I would rather
Romero
play
Martinez,
Argentina.
Romero Martinez, bro. No, long.
And so even though I say I'd rather play Argentina, and I say that from a perspective of footballing wise, I think yes, Argentina have Messi, but they haven't looked dangerous from a footballing perspective. And purely footballing perspective. Throughout this tournament, like Cape Verde stressed them out, Egypt have stressed them out. They struggled. I can't remember who else it was. They struggled against. So for me, I think from that angle, England they will fare better against Argentina. Switzerland, you've got Xhaka in the middle, Embolo is a powerhouse up front. They just play football. They play They play football, and we saw how Norway took it to us in parts of the game. And I think Switzerland would just do that a little bit more, and it'd be from that perspective. I think England would struggle more. Now, to your point,
I don't.
Do we have the grit?
So if you put me on the spot now, I think England beat Argentina, right?
Yeah.
But if it becomes one of those games, bro, you do not get worse than these lot. Romero, Martinez, Paredes, the Pool.
Yeah.
Nah, bruv. These lot are not nice guys.
You gotta understand, these men are going to war for Lionel Messi.
Trust me, Otamendi, whenever he turns up, Martinez, nah, these guys, and
Do we have the grit?
I'm not sure we've got enough of it around the pitch. I think you've got you've got Bellingham, you've got Rice, Anderson. These men, they don't have it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. When Martinez and Romero start doing the rubbish to Harry Kane and start cutting really close with the tackles and all of that, I'm not utterly convinced that that's a war we can win. I still think England will beat Argentina. I just think it would have been more of a footballing thing with Switzerland.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a big part of tomorrow that is just going to be those guys playing the mind games, and it works. Even Martinez in goal, the worst.
Yeah.
So if
I
we can get
agree.
them to
The
keep their head,
shithousery is going to
and
be
I don't think
insane.
Declan Rice starts. He didn't look good yesterday.
He looked horrible. He looked
That
way
illness
off
has taken it out of him. So I'm not sure that we're gonna have what we need if these guys turn up with that game, and they will. If they're smart, they will. That's how they've been. That's how they kind of beaten up everybody.
Yeah.
To get through,
Yeah.
and then get Messi, and then Alvarez and Messi, bro. You can't sleep.
No.
You can't sleep, boy. Alvarez, what's that Barca move? So he's playing that. He's
You see
playing.
his goal.
Listen, but I still, if you want me to put a tenner on it, England to get to the final.
I think England will go to the final, but the winner will be Spain or France.
Yeah, like it's going to be one of them ones where they'll get to the final, but like wing mirrors knocked off.
Yeah.
The doors scratched. Like they get to the final, but he's gonna be a bruiser. That's gonna be a bruiser. And then on the other side, we got France, Morocco, Spain, Belgium. France versus Spain. I got a feeling Spain are gonna beat them, which is not what I want. But I just Keith's been gunning about it the whole time. They're this, they're that. I don't think Spain have turned it up yet,
which is scary.
True.
I don't think neither of them have turned
really
up.
turned it up. Yeah.
Neither of them.
But that French defense, man.
There's a mistake in there.
Upamecano, bro.
There's a mistake.
See that right side? Upamecano, Koundé.
There's a big mistake in that French defense.
Yeah.
And yes, we all know about what their attack is, and we know that they've got legs in the midfield. Rabiot, Cornet, Tchouaméni can come off the bench, but that defense, and we know Spain are going to get at them. You've got Yamal on one side. Nico Williams just came back against Belgium. Whether he starts, that's another thing. But having those legs on either side, and then whoever plays up top, Oyarzabal.
Yeah, and he's a clever guy, He's a clever guy. I think Kone will. I mean, he's been great. He'll do well in midfield. Again, France have everything to beat Spain. I haven't seen anything from Spain to even say attacking wise, they even operating at the same level as France. But overall, as a machine, as a team, yeah. If you said to me, "Oh, Spain are gonna beat France 2-1," I wouldn't even argue with you. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't argue with you.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be a fantastic game. But I've got a sneaky feeling.
I think that's
the England-Spain final.
You think so?
I think it's a repeat of the
Euros.
Yeah. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I've got a sneaky feeling. Now, the reality is, no matter what happens, if Mbappe turns up with a couple, or at least he does something mad or whatever, then that will trump it all. But Spain beating them would not be a surprise.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people feel like France are a foregone conclusion, but I don't think
Spain. And the thing about Spain is they didn't start great. Their first game was obviously the draw with Cape Verde, but they've just done that. As the tournament's gone on, they've just done that, and that's what you want. You want to peak at the end, right? You want to. Whereas I think France have. I don't want to say there's an air of complacency, but the fact that they've not really been tested, I think their biggest test was Paraguay, and that's because of the physicality of that game. Yeah. But from a footballing perspective, I don't think anyone has really tested them.
Yeah, I agree.
So there is a possibility that they've not shaken off the cobwebs, and you don't want to walk into a game like Spain, and now you're having to try and find that next level.
Yeah, exactly. Do
you know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to almost enter that game at that level already.
Yeah.
So looking into the final, then England. If my prediction is right, England go through.
I believe so.
Who would you rather face in the final?
Spain.
Yeah, same. Which is a total contradiction to everything I just said about Spain beating France. But I'd rather England face Spain, bruv.
That French attack against that English defense,
bruv, love it.
And then Elliot Anderson chasing around Rabiot and
Goni. Yeah, no, it's not the one. Still, it's not the one.
I'd rather watch Spain.
I think an England-Spain final.
I'd rather watch that. I've seen what we can do against them because we took them to the wire.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elise against whoever's going to be at left back. I hope it's not Spence because Elise against Spence.
And he did well when he came on yesterday. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, we need that for full 90 minutes, and he hasn't demonstrated that. So.
And then on the right side, whoever Reece James is not fit. He's not 100%.
Yeah, I can see that.
More than likely, he will start because he's our only
proper right back.
Now imagine him up against Mbappe.
Yeah. Or Dembele. The rotation killing. Ah, dear. Well, England march on. The World Cup has been great, and yeah. 2 semi-finals and then the final next week. It sounds like our prediction here. Well, my prediction is an England-Spain final.
Yeah, I'd England-Spain.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm with that.
All right, guys. Well, listen, give us your predictions in the comments. Let us know. And, yeah, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.